And I think on behalf of the Wynford Residents Union, I'll say a few words if I could just. So, we are one small community, 1,900 homes, about 5,000 people, one little postcode district, G28. One small community, and that's us here today. Now, we're ahead of the curve. We're ahead of the curve because in December 2012, SSE engaged in a covert deal, a deal with Cube Housing Association, a housing association that no longer exists. That deal set out that SSE would be in perpetuity our heating supplier. And as we know, tenants in our scheme had their doors kicked in, their locks changed. They had no consent. The owners, they were told, you can join the scheme, it'll end fuel poverty. This is going to end fuel poverty. Well, has it?
No.
No. No. We are in 100% fuel poverty.
Shocking.
Now, this style of energy scheme, this district heating scheme, this combined heat and power scheme, it's a good scheme on an engineering basis. It definitely provides heating and hot water. No problem with that. The problem is the profit. Now, if this scheme were in any of the Nordic countries, where it's extremely common, and bear in mind, district heating was pioneered by Dundee Corporation. They had it there before New York had their district heating. So this isn't some new, innovative idea. This has been around for hundreds of years. But if this were the Nordic countries where they do it more properly, that heat and hot water, which is a byproduct of generating electricity, a byproduct, would be almost free, which is what we were told it would be, almost free.
Yep.
And yet this man, Big Al, he calls himself, Big Al, Mr. Phillips Davis, 47% pay rise, 4.5 million. He could buy a yacht every year. Where did they make the profit that he gave himself this 47% pay rise? Well, there's an old name for SSE, Scottish Hydro. Most of their network is renewable. Most of it is hydroelectric power stations, wind farms. In fact, Mr. Phillips Davis was just boasting about how he's building a new wind farm off the northeast of Scotland. He said, oh, you know, there's going to be some local jobs, local fabrication jobs, not any construction work. And he has a gall to boast about it. Anyway, taking our natural wealth, making huge profits. But they made the £1.5 billion of profit, the 15-fold profit that he gave himself his 47% pay rise over. They made that profit from burning natural gas like they do in the Wynford.
Yes.
This scheme was meant to end fuel poverty. They're profiteering. Now, we had a call from Mr. Ed Black on Friday. Nice chap. Anyway, he says, oh, we're willing to make an offer. We'll put in place a financial support package. Oh, very good. What is it? We don't know yet. But it's going to apply to all of our 18 heat networks. Okay, fine. But we're quite clear.
Yes.
The 50% rise that they put on our bills in April was not justified, not commercially. In April, the price of natural gas crashed. It was cheaper to run that power station this year than it was last year.
Yes.
Yeah. It's pure profiteering. So, it's lovely to hear about a financial support package, but we're quite clear. End the rise!
Yes.
End the 50% rise! You brought our scheme into 100% fuel poverty! And mark you, yes, we're ahead of the curve. That's how we've managed to bring our community, our small community, our community of 5,000 people to here. Grampian House, 200 Dunkeld Road, Perth. But there will be other communities across the land just as angry.
Yes.
And we're ahead of the curve because we got organised. Because we had to. But it's time we all got organised.
Yes.
It's time we end the profiteering and took our natural resources, our God-given right, into our own hands. Thank you.
Well done.
Okay.
People before.
Ali.